EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the Pacific Northwest and the bustling city of Portland, Oregon. Today we've got a Week 5 matchup in store here, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Patriots of Portland. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And they will elect to not bring this one out, as our first drive will begin at the 25. The drive starts with a carry by Stevenson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards on the gain. A great start for this offense. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
Douglas, the man in motion. Oh, fighting off the defender. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. The Patriots are the perfect 4-0 to start the campaign. And they've been playing their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
2nd and 5. Here's Barkley. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they stop him up short of the first down as they get him at about the 43. So on 4th down, here's Bryce Behringer on to punt for the Patriots. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. You look at this Patriots defense. They were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
And all defensive teams that I know talk about creating turnovers. Takeaways, they call them. And anytime you can get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really, really good performance. They exceeded that number in a big way.
They run for the first time with Ty Chandler. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. This defense for the Pats, they were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they work this well upfield across the 45. They convert on third with a gain of 22.
Normally on third down and short yardage, you're thinking to throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. Calling a gain of 6 on the play. That'll bring up 3rd and 8.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Here now a 3rd down and 8. They go play action with Hurts. He lets one go deep for Addison. And it's intercepted. And the Pats are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. The Pats at the line ready to go. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. Douglas, the man in motion. Now Barkley. His throw incomplete.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time they were up to the challenge.
Now a 2nd and 10. Straight ahead, it's Stevenson. And a healthy gain of 8 here. They double their workspace out to the 16. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, it makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd and 2. Barkley working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Now he's free at the 35. He may go. Touchdown! A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Patriots take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown.
Partner, you know what the real key is to stopping a good passing attack?
You tell me.
Being able to tackle as soon as a guy catches a football.
Didn't work out there.
No, because when you give up the big run after catch, the rack yardage, that puts your defense in a big-time stressful position.
A lot of rack yardage and a touchdown there on the big play. Extra point by Ryland, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Hurts to throw. And that's complete to K.J. Osborne. And they're able to get this one across the 35. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down. Hurts. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown. Jordan Addison, 64 yards. And the Vikings are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. It took them a while to get their speedster involved, but they found him downfield there.
And what we've discovered, watch games, is the speedster doesn't have to have a lot of catches, doesn't have to have volume in order to have a huge impact on the game. His speed scares the heck out of defenses, and other guys can capitalize, but when you finally hit him and he carries it all the way into the end zone, that's what you're paying him for. That big threat that can make big plays on a limited number of catches.
That's how you step on the stage with your first catch, take it to the house. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Back to throw. Barkley. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
From the gun on 3rd down. Barkley able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have the Patriots first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. These two teams all tied after 1. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And they'll run the toss here with Stevenson. Bulldozes past him. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A 14-yard pickup. That's 14 yards on 2 straight plays. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. They run once more with Stevenson. No dice this go around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Looking to throw. Barkley. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, they had that one snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Off the play fake. Barkley. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Lewis Seen. And the Vikings are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working. But how about his vision to see where the play was going, crashed down inside, and tackled him for a loss.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. They're going to drop him behind the line yet again, and things going from bad to worse. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get him the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return, and the Patriots take over. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look at a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Stevenson now on 1st and 10. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Now we're at the 41, 2nd and 9. Slot man moves right. He's going to get it on the jet sweep. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. From the gun on 3rd down, Barkley. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. Throwing on 1st down, Barkley. He'll get this into the hands of Stevenson. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Options galore here, 2nd and a few inches. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. On 2nd and very short, Barkley. And he's got it. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. They tried the fade there to the back corner, and Charles, you know very well that can be hard to stay in bounds on that route.
So difficult because you have to start the route to give yourself enough space to actually fade away from the defender and stay in bounds, just as you described. If the defender's able to take away that little bit of cushion, it's often hard to come down inbounds with the ball and complete the play.
He tried to break that plane but couldn't get there, and that's going to leave him now at 3rd and goal. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Can this Vikings D hold up one more time? 3rd and goal. They'll try and sneak it here. And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. It's their quarterback scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Patriots have taken the lead. The extra point by Ryland up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll elect not to run with it. The fair catch will move this out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing is Hurts. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. It's Kyler Duggar who picks it, and he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
Intercepted. The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Douglas, the man in motion. On 1st and 10, Barkley. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd and manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
To throw again on 2nd down, Barkley. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Picked off by a Caleb Evans. And the Vikings are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here. Now they go screen. It's complete. And some room to work. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the 1st half. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. And his throw here's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. And the Patriots are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here, 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning it into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And with a 7-point lead, they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue. He's going to float this one deep right side. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. A 1-touchdown ball game, 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports. And the fair catch signaled for and taken, so they'll begin this third quarter from their 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. They'll set up a throw. He lets one go deep for Addison. And Hurts is intercepted, his 3rd of the game. Picked up by Christian Gonzalez. And a return across midfield into the 46-yard line.
Well, I certainly think that we're seeing a big reason why this team has struggled to put points on the board so far, because too many of their drives have ended in turnovers already, and we still have almost a full half of football yet to play.
And a really good show of force there as he gets through for 4 tough yards.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Stevenson gets it again on 2nd down. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Back to throw. Barkley. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And the Vikings are going to take possession here at their own 33. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick six last week. Not a pick six here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he didn't make it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7 left.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. No gain on the play there. Nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. That's taken on the 25. They'll score that a 36-yard punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4's kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. On 2nd down, it's Palmer. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
From the gun on 3rd down, Barkley. And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the 1st. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Excellent job there defensively. Gave up the underneath to the tight end on 3rd down, and they made sure that they did their job. Got him on the ground and prevented him picking up a 1st down.
And this one will wind up being down just outside of that 20-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Second down, here's Hurts. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. So no gain on the play. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and just a yard.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he's able to get the 1st before he's taken down at the 36. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the 1st level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the 2nd level.
A really nice gain of 25 yards. They'll throw on first down with Hurts. And that one knocked away and incomplete. Nice job defensively on what will be the final play of the third quarter. Back now in the Rose City of Portland, Oregon. Second and 10. They'll look to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Christian Gonzalez. And the Pats are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. The Pats at the line ready to go. Another important fourth quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. They'll run with Stevenson to begin the drive. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2. And it brings up second down. So fourth quarter, a nice run there to start this drive. Charles, what do you think the split will be here between run and pass?
Well, partner, I think it'll lean towards the run, but this is also not a time where you just totally do that. You still have to possess the ball, move the sticks, and keep the clock moving as well. So they'll run their offense, but yeah, when they have a chance to run it, they'll do that a little bit more.
The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
From the gun on third down, Barkley. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. The Patriots send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. Fielded just inside the 20. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And it will be Vikings ball, first and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. But not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense. Gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
And oh my goodness, here's a fifth interception. Picked up by Christian Gonzalez. And the Patriots are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's first and 10. Off play action. Barkley. And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, second down. Up the middle, here's Stevenson. And a lane slow materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take. Puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Excellent play there on third down, given 25 yards. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on third down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. And they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
On second down, it's Stevenson. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Off the play fake, Barkley. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee. And they'll indeed take a knee. So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys. And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the first quarter, but second, third, and fourth quarter, they held them scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout for quarters 2, 3, and 4, you win a lot of games in this league. And this felt a lot like, almost like if you say baseball, and the pitcher goes through the lineup the first time and the hitters get to see him, and then they come out after that and the bats start blazing, right? I think they saw their best stuff in the first quarter and just shut everything down from that point on. What a great, convincing performance.
So for
Patriots.